So our last Thrive talk tonight is going to be from Lenovo. We have Thomas Vanderken, and he's going to take a little bit of a different approach. He's going to kind of share up close and personal how insurance has affected him and his personal life. So Thomas, please come up. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, this is a little different, a little personal, so I feel motivated to really give a special thank you tonight to some special people. So 3 years ago, I was scheduled to come to this event, and I was going to bring my wife and my son along with me. We were supposed to leave on Sunday, but this Friday before we were supposed to leave, she was diagnosed with lymphoma. So, and through this journey over the last 3 years, there's been a lot of partners that have really helped me, my family, my wife, and my son. The night that she was, we knew there was a problem, we went to the hospital there in North Carolina. They thought maybe it was a mass or pneumonia, but it ended up being a huge tumor caused by the lymphoma. Through the next several months, she was given the maximum dose you're allowed to have of chemotherapy, which didn't, the tumor shrunk a little, but eventually it started growing back again and she got more tumors. After that, they decided to do some radical therapy at Duke and gave her a huge, basically full body amount of radiation, which was surprising to everybody, was pretty successful and started to actually shrink the tumor and bought some time for my wife. Many people rallied around us during that time, and Bristol Myers Squibb at that time donated $1 million of new immunotherapy drug, Yervoy, that they'd created for really first time or second time it's only been used for this type of lymphoma that my wife had. After several treatments of this, we were making some progress, but really we needed to do something radically different, and she needed a stem cell transplant. We searched the database and we were not able to find a match either from her brother or from anybody else on the stem cell registry. So they ended up doing something else that was extremely cutting edge at Duke, and they used my daughter as the transplant donor for my wife. If any of you were here this afternoon, you got to hear me mention about how a doctor for home health care could see how your patient was doing. Well, we had nurses come to our house morning and evening for 6 months, so we were able to do the transplant at home and have the doctor just check on all of her numbers through the tablet. Well, this continues, and then about 6 months ago, she came down. It's been a journey. 6 months ago, she got her first clean PET scan, which was amazing, and she was able to start to make some more progress, but then due to some of the side effects of the immunotherapy drug, she actually started to get a bacteria in her bloodstream, which if any of you are in the industry know that can be extremely dangerous. She ended up landing in her knee, and just a couple weeks ago, she was able to get emergency surgery to get that bacteria scraped out of her knee, and from the trauma center there at Duke University again, they flushed it, and now that has been remedied, and she's on the road to recovery. At least from that. So it's a long journey. But I would say there was one partner that we've had that really doesn't get the credit they deserve, and that's our insurance company. From the very first Saturday before we were supposed to come here 3 years ago, they reached out to us. They assigned a personal care advocate to my wife and I, and through this whole time, they have, without ever questioning us personally, they've worked with our doctors, with the team at Duke, with our drug company. They've paid out over $6 million already in claims for my wife's care and to get us where we are in this journey. So I know most people here are in that industry. I feel like you get beat up a lot by both sides of the political environment. Nobody really thanks you. You're kind of the whipping boy, and it really frustrates me when I see all the news agencies taking cheap shots at the insurance company. So I want to give a hearty thank you to everybody in the insurance company for what you've meant to me, my family, and my wife. And I'm also excited to say she's here, and we're going to Disney World in 2 days. So I'm excited to bring her with me. So thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't even know what to say after that one. Thank you, Thomas, for sharing.